buttons. Ang objective natin here is to learn the interface, to create simple forms, send forms, organize, and analyze these responses. Okay? For the Google form, it is simply a survey administration software used to create forms for data collection purposes, may it be for personal, for your work, or for educational purposes. Next. So here is the Google Form interface. So dito yung menu button. So click the menu button to open the menu page. Next. The search bar. So you can search your previously created forms. Next. Template gallery. So medyo newbie ka sa forms. So gusto mo, hindi ka makastart agad ng blank na form. So you can choose the type of template you want. Next. The blank new form, you create a form from scratch. Next, the sample templates here. Next, filters, it will help you better organize your forms or sort them out. And lastly, the recent forms. You'll find here the most recent forms that you've created or responded to. Okay, next. Let's create a simple form. So first, let's identify the different parts on how to create a form. So we have here the answers for your form. Next is the question type. It can be multiple choice. It can be linear choices or rating, pwedeng essay type or short answers. Also, next, the duplicate, if you want to duplicate the same type of format sa inyong form. Next, the delete button, if you want to delete the question. Next, the required question toggle, wherein there are times na yung mga forms natin, we need the recipients to, they are required to answer specific questions. There are some questions naman na hindi naman sila required. So you can toggle this on if you want them to answer the question and off kapag hindi naman siya required na sasagutan. Next. The add section to your form will create additional pages for your recipients. Next. You can add a video. Also, you can add an image. Also, you can add the title and description. So, pwede mong i-add dito yung additional instructions and the description of your form para hindi naman mawala yung iyong participant, kung survey form man to or yung recipient or receiver. And also, you can add more questions by clicking the Add Question button. Okay, next. Here are the types of questions readily available in Google Forms. You have the short answer. We have the multiple choice, checkboxes, and drop-down list. The linear scale na ginagamit kapag may gusto tayong i-rate. Ratings from good, better, poor, average, and the time and date. So let's try this. So let's create a simple form. So in order to navigate through the forms, go to your Gmail. Again, look for forms. Okay, so for example, meron tayo dito mga templates for events, order form. So you can use this on your personal use. For example, meron kang business online. Then gusto mo yung organize yung paano mag-order yung iyong mga customers. So you can create an order form. Or you want to have a job application, then time of request, and so on. So let's create a blank form for this one. So you will now be prompted to create the title of the form. For example, survey. Survey. So you can also change the format of this one. Pwede mong i-bold, i-italic, i-underline, or gusto mo mag-insert ka ng link. So for this one, gusto ko lang siya i-bold. Then add the instruction. So, answer the following. For example, ganyan. You can also change the formats. Next, add tayo ng question. For example, name. So, natin kunin yung name niya. Then, pwede mo yun siya i-format dito. So, since name ang gusto natin, ang kanyang question tab should be a short answer. Hindi siya paragraph kasi hindi natin siya pinapa-explain. Hindi rin siya multiple choice, checkbox, and drop down kasi wala naman tayong choices. And hindi rin siya file upload kasi hindi naman natin kailangan na mag-attach siya ng file. Okay, so short answer lang. Then, since you want this to be required, so pwede mong i-click. Since this is a survey, hindi naman required na ilagay yung name, so i-off mo lang yung tagal. Next, add ka, for example, ano yung kanyang gender or sex. Then, this is a multiple choice kasi meron tayong options. We have the male and the female. Next, we want this to be required para ma-identify natin yung sa ating participants, yung kanyang gender. Next is, for example, gusto natin ng rating. Kukuha tayo ng rating sa kanya. Choose lang natin yung linear scale. So, we have here scaling. Pwede ka mag-start from the lowest 0 or 1. Pwede rin yung range niya up to 10. So, for this one, gawin ko lang siyang 1 to 5. You have to label it para ma-identify nila ng participants mo kung saan do yung highest score, yung 1 ba or 5. Kasi there are times na yung highest score is 1, lowest yung 5, di ba? So, lagay natin, for example, for 1, I want that to be 4. Then, yung sa 5 naman is best. Then, I want this to be required. Also, if you want to add more details, click the 3 button here. Then, description. Mag-a-add ka ng description dito. Please rate the activity. Para may additional instruction ka na ibibigay sa iyong participants. If you're done, you can simply send it or first check if okay ba yung layout or format ng inyong form by clicking this preview. Click natin yung preview. Then, makikita natin dito yung preview ng ating form on how it will look like to our participants and recipients. Okay, ganito siya. Okay, so ganun lang po kadali maggawa ng Google Form. Pwede natin siya malaro-laro. Also, nandito din yung part sa ating responses. Kung may nag-respond na, makikita natin dito yung mga response nila. So, if you want to stop accepting responses, just toggle this off. So, wala nang makakasubmit. Kahit na isi-share mo pa yung link ng inyong form sa iba, until i-on mo tong toggle, hindi sila makakasagot. Okay? Next is the settings. Pwede natin siyang iset this, make this as a quiz. Toggle lang natin siya. So, meron ditong immediately after each submission, mag-release ka ng grade. Later na lang after manual review, missed questions, correct answers. Then, meron ding scoring. Okay? So, mostly ginagamit ito sa academe. Responses natin. If you want to collect the email addresses, so the sender responders a copy of their response. So kung mapansin nyo, pag mag-fill up tayo ng mga ibang forms, magsisend din yung ating answers sa forms dun sa ating email. So meaning naka-on ito siya. Okay, so if you don't want to, just turn it off na lang. Then allow response editing, meaning after mag-submit ng ating responder, is pwede pa niyang i-edit kapag naka-on ito. If naka-off, one time lang yung answer niya. Next, requires sign-in. So, restrict to users in BTA and its trusted organization. So, since gusto ko siya open to all, pwede natin i-off. Kasi pag i-toggle on natin ito siya, ang makaka-fill up lang ng form is within this workspace. Then, limit to one response, meaning one user, one response lang. I-turn on natin to. Okay, then we have the presentation. Pwede natin show progress bar, shuffle natin yung question, may confirmation message na successful yung pag-fill up nila ng form, view results summary, and so on. Then also we have here the form defaults. Kung i-collect natin yung email, yung question default, if you make questions required by default, meaning lahat ng question ay required. So kung tinatamad ka na itoggle mo dito sa questions na part, yung required, pwede mong iset sa settings na lahat ay required. Okay? Next, if you want to send this one, click mo lang yung send. Then, mabibigyan ka ng option ni Google Form kung paano mo siya isi-send. You can send it via email. Pwede mo i-type dito yung name ng recipient. For example, si Molina. Again. Then, yung topic. Subject niya normally is the title of your survey. And yung message. Okay? Or pwedeng link. Copy mo yung link. So, for this one, mahaba yung link. So, for now, meron tayong, pwede natin siya ma-shorten. Click mo lang yung shorten URL so iiksi na siya. You can also personalize this one through other websites and forms, yung tiny URL and yung bit.ly. Okay? Then, we have here the embed. If you want to add this form to your website, click mo lang ito, then you can add it to your code. And lastly, we have the social media. You can share it via Facebook or share it via Twitter. Okay, as simple as that. Then you just click on send. Okay, then also pala, hindi ko ata ito nabanggit, yung ating documents from Google Docs, yung ating spreadsheet sa Google Sheets, at yung form natin dito sa Google Form is automatically saved to our Google Drive. Okay, so mapansin nyo, all changes saved in Google Drive. So, since lahat yung sila masisave, if you want to organize it, pwede mo i-click itong move to folder, then mariredirect ka sa lahat ng mga folders na meron ka and files na meron ka sa iyong drive. Pwede mo piliin kung saan mo isi-save yung file. And also, if wala pa, para hindi ka na pabalik-balik from Google Drive to this one, click mo lang dito yung new folder. Then you can add the title of the folder, then click mo lang yung move here. Okay? Next, let's proceed to the next part ng ating Google Form. Okay, time check, 3:52. Okay, next. Okay, natapos na natin to. Sending forms, tapos na rin. Okay. Okay na rin ito. Okay. Organizing. Okay, dito tayo sa organizing and analyzing responses. Example, meron na tayo mga responders. Okay, so makita natin dito yung summary ng responses. Ilang responses meron, which is 4. Meron din ditong response answers. Yung response answers nila. Dito, for example, yung mga emails. We have the questions and response tab. Create spreadsheet. For example, if you want to create a more organized data from this one, click mo lang yung create spreadsheet. So, gagawa na yan siya ng automatically na Google Sheets out of all the data na nag-gather mo from your form. And yun na yung accepting responses. Example, meron tayo ditong Google Form. So, share ko muna yung aking screen. Okay, example. Okay, medyo mabagal ang aming connection. Okay, forms. Okay, so meron tayong, for example, ito, yung ating online registration form, yung fill up ninyo. So, pwede natin i-check yung responses. So, for this one, yung responses natin ay not accepting responses na, di ba? So, in-off na natin. So, 50 yung nag-respond for this one. So, andito yung emails. Andito din yung graph ng mga names. Although hindi na natin need, actually, naka-default siya. Date of birth na pinill up ninyo. Yung sex aggregation, division or office where you came from, yung position titles, yung mga contact numbers, and yung data privacy compliance. Okay? So as you can see, naka-graph mode siya para mas madali na natin siya ma-interpret if we're going to create a report out of this. If you want to only gather the data, just click the view responses in sheets para lahat ng data dito ay mako-convert into a data format sa Google Sheets. So, mas madali na siya if you want to gather data lang, diba? Information, identifying emails, names, and so on. So, i-close ko na muna, medyo data privacy yan. Okay? So, that's it for the responses. Next is okay, so that's it for Google Forms.